All right, guys. So welcome to this live session here with your host, Trade AFX. So as we every weekdays, we look at the Forex indices and middle markets. Hope everyone had a great weekend. We're able to relax and take the time to go outside because it was really nice in my part of the country. If you were outside in your country, I hope everything was good. So let's get on to it. We're going to look at the news calendar and see what's going on. So it's the first time looking at my live or the replay. What I do is I look at the news calendar first, and then we go to the chart and see exactly what we're expecting here at the market open. It could be at New York or London. Right now we're doing New York. And then I will show you exactly a few tools that I'm using. Those are all of my personal tools that I created myself, and that'll help me exactly analyze the market and all that stuff. All right. So by looking at the news calendar, we do see that we did had some few German news, but those were not high impact news. So, but other than that, pretty smooth day overall. We have the commerce credit month to month info that was at 3 p.m. But other than that, there's nothing for New York at all. So no news at all. So it should be clear sky to take trades. All right. So let's close that. And once again, I will show you exactly the alert system that you're gonna hear in the background. So basically, this is my own app that I created here. It's called TV Alert app. So it's any alerts that is coming from TradingView with my own system. You're going to receive the alert here, and the alert will actually talk to you and tell exactly which symbol came in, if it's a sell or a buy, the actual price point, and the actual time that the alert came in. All right. So that's how it's going to work. And eventually, people that will be in the Discord will have access to it. So that way, they're going to be able to have access to the alerts because this is a setup that they don't have on their end. They don't have the actual indicator or anything like that. So instead of having the indicator, you're going to have the alert, and you're going to decide if you take the trade or not, depending exactly on what you're seeing on the market. And you take the decision that way. All right. So easier than getting the actual alert on a chart. You're gonna see exactly. You go on your chart and see exactly if it makes sense to take a trade or not. All right. So boom. So that's perfect. And finally, I have my support and resistance indicator that is on MT4. Still working on that MT5 version, but for now, MT4 is good. Let me show you guys that. All right. So this is the support and resistance edge trade manager. So it's an actual indicator that will provide you support and resistance zones. And also, if you're using it as a trade manager, it will tell exactly where to put your stop loss and your take profit. It will automatically plot them on the chart. And basically, you just have to follow along and all that stuff. All right. So, for example, I'll give you a few examples here. Let's say you got an entry here for buy right around here, right? What's going to happen is that the trade manager will plot, depending exactly on the level that you're going to be selecting, that you're able to select here. You have the level. You see here, there's a S1 that is activated here, and a TP2 that is activated here. So that means that when you're going to take the entry, your stop loss will be placed at one level behind the entry, okay, the nearest entry, the nearest level, and the TP will be placed two levels above that entry. All right. So meaning that, let's say we enter here, one level under will be here, all right? Because let's say we entered here, and two levels will be here, all right? So by entering that trade, you wouldn't be out of that trade here, all right? That's the trade manager. But if you're using only the actual levels here as an indicator, what's really most important here is when you see a resistance, the resistance is in red and the support is in blue. When you see two of them that is near each other, those are high probability reversal points in the market, right? So as you could see, there was a support and resistance that was next to each other, and then the price tried to break those levels, but it didn't and started to reverse. All right. So you're able to trade it that way. And like I said, visually, it's clear to see exactly the levels that you're going to be focusing on. Okay. So the levels are based off of the 1 hour. Right now, you're looking at a 50-minute chart, and I always use the higher time frame levels to look at the important levels to trade off of. All right. And here, what's going to happen here for the trade manager? You're able to place buys and sells automatically with that indicator, and you're able to close the trade instead of going on the terminal. You're able to close it here. You could select the lot size that you want the trade to get in on, and you have here the higher time frame that you have to select. Right now, it's at 1 hour. Okay, but if you're looking at the 4-hour levels, let's say, I could click on H4 and you see the level changed because those are the 4-hour levels. All right, so I'll put it back in here on H1. And here, this is the current time frame level. So you have the 15-minute levels. You see you're going to have more lines, more support and resistance. You could remove the higher time frame levels and only focus on the 50-minute levels if you want to. Or you could remove the 50-minute support and resistance levels and only focus on the higher time frame. All right. So that's pretty simple. And yeah, so that's basically it. So right now, we're just going to wait for the market to open in about 6 minutes to see exactly what's going on. Hey, Leon, hope you have a great day. And if you have any questions, guys, make sure to put it in the chat, and I will help you in regards to what you want to see and all that stuff. All right, so that's perfect. So for now, no news for the New York session. So should be a clean session here. Hopefully, we're gonna have some alerts coming in. If not, if you're seeing something, we could look at it together and analyze the market together. All right, so it's always a chill vibe with me, so don't be shy. Just eating my raspberries. And later on, I'm going to be continuing working on a few stuff here that I was trying to finish last week, but I was unable to. So And also, I will show you guys one last thing. I'm just going to share the screen. All right, so the last thing here, it's called Nova. All right, Nova is an actual trend indicator. Even though you're seeing like buys and sells and all that stuff, what's most important is that when you see, let's say, a sell set up here, that means that the trend is going down, right? And if you see a buy, that means that the trend is going up. All right, so pretty simple. So it'll give you exactly the trend. Depending exactly on the indicator that you're using, you're able to use that. Also, you have an actual buy or sell system included in that Nova. For example, you had a buy sell up here off of volume, and it will tell you exactly where to exit the trade. All right, so you're able to take trades off of that too. But like I said, in combination with your support and resistance setup, if you see that it's reversing off of previous resistance or support zone, and it's starting to go down, you don't need to wait until the exit is triggered. You could get out earlier. But if you, let's say you took that trade here and you came out here, you would be in profit. Even though you're closing it here, you're still in profit. But remember, the alerts are triggered at the close of the candle. So that means that at the close of this candle here, you get the exit alert, and at the close of this candle, you get that buy alert. So between that period, you manage your trade. You decide exactly when to get out, but that'll tell you exactly when the market is trying to reverse off on you, right? And as you can see here, there's a sell, and market went down. But like I said, this is a trend going down. But as you could see, the actual trend was right here, and then it started to reverse here, right? So you need to make sure that you look at your setups here to make sense, to see exactly if it makes sense or not. Okay, and also you have a session filter. So as you can see, anything outside of that session, the candles are not the same color, and this is the actual session that the trade came in. And you have flags too that will tell you exactly the session, when it started, when it closed, and all that stuff. All right, so this is will be offered here to members of the Discord. So that already paid the yearly subscription. So I know, Leon, you're on the live right now, so you're gonna have access to that. Maybe today or tomorrow at the least. So maybe by a London session tomorrow, you should have that. All right. So it's already done. So I just have to do the actual Discord version. That's going to take a few seconds to do, and that'll be it. All right. So that's perfect. So let's close this and go back on MT4. And just wait. So it's 9:30. So market just opened. So let's look at. Gonna look at Nasdaq. I always go on Nasdaq to see exactly what to look for. So I'm expecting to go along here on Nasdaq because we do have a fair value gap right here. and we had a higher low that was created. So, and we do have a peak here that went to a previous bullish fair value gap. So, already made took 50% of that move. So I'm expecting to go long here to for Nasdaq. So levels to look for will be this one, okay, and then you have the previous high that was this one here, right? So the first level here to look for will be this one in the upside. So that's my analysis here. Pretty simple. And also I have a fair value gap. Yeah, no problem. I know you you like you like uh, you like that. So US30, no, so that's a close indication. So no signals yet. So like I said, Nasdaq. All right, so we have US30 for sell. So let's look at that. Yeah. So US30 is actually a sell here. We did went to a previous resistance zone, and it's bouncing off of it.
Sell US30 at price
Now it's going down.
168.7 on 15M time frame at time 9 hours 32 minutes and 12 seconds.
So remember, we're at the start of the market open, so just wait a few minutes if you're not
9 hours 32 minutes and 12 seconds.
you're not comfortable taking that trade, and those trades here is only for educational purposes only, guys. So trade accordingly. So it's not a suggestion of taking the trade, but if you see that it makes sense to take the trade, it's your prerogative. All right, so just going to look at signals here. So far we have US30 for sell. All right, so I'm gonna drink my tea. Yeah. So we have a Nasdaq buy right now. So it just came in a signal. So that's what I was expecting for Nasdaq, a buy. All right, so let's go back on that Nasdaq. And as you can see, Nasdaq is flying right now.
Buy US 100
So we went to that level that I talked to you about, guys. So already at that TP.
15M time frame at time 9 hours 34 minutes and 30 seconds. Buy US 100 at price 23,777.1 on 15M time frame at time 9
So
hours.
which we have a continuation here in the upside, but
Buy US 100
just like I said, trade accordingly. If you took that trade or managing that trade,
time frame at time 9
sure
hours
to
34 minutes and 30 seconds.
trade accordingly. So you have S&P S500 too that has a buy setup. So far, US30 sell, S&P 500 and Nasdaq is a buy right now. But my setup was on Nasdaq specifically.
Buy
It
US
was
500 and
cleaner
price
for me to look for, and
6,496 on 15 AM time frame and
the
time 9
signal
hours
gave
34
me
minutes and
that
51 seconds.
that
Buy
confirmation,
US
so that's
500
perfect.
and price
So Nasdaq here,
6,496
Nasdaq
on
is good.
15
The
AM
S&P
time frame
500
and time 9 hours
is
34
bullish,
minutes and 51
as
seconds.
was confirmed.
Buy
The reason
US
I was
500
bullish here
and
is
price
that we had a big drop here on
6,496.6
Friday, if
on
you
15 AM
remember.
time frame and
So
time 9
they
hours
may
34
start to
minutes and 51 seconds.
fill out that big gap that was created here. So at that point on Sunday, we did gap up. So we may start to fill this gap first, and then go down after that to fill that gap afterwards. All right. So that's why I was more bullish here on the indices. I think we had the gap here on Nasdaq too. Yeah. So we had the gap too on Nasdaq, same thing. So it gave you us. I'm just gonna make sure that this is. There you go. So we had that gap. You see a gap here. That was Sunday's gap. Then we had that big gap that was created here at the NFP. Okay. So what's going to happen here is that it's going to fill up that gap that was created on NFP before going down. All right. But overall, we are bullish on S&P 500 and Nasdaq, and it seems to be bearish here on US30. So US30 did went down, so went way down. So this went to fill up that gap. Okay, so be careful. It may start to reverse. So the last point here to go to before doing a reversal, if they want to, is to be on that resistance level here, right? So it may start to bounce off of that previous resistance that is considered as support. But if they really want to go really down, they need to go to that level before going up. All right. So make sure to like and subscribe, guys. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat. So first signal that we got was US30 for a sell. Then the second one was a buy for Nasdaq. And the last one was S&P 500 for a buy. All right. And so far, US30 and Nasdaq is currently in profit. And S&P 500 should be in a small profit here. Right. Let's see. So US30 still bearish here. S&P 500 is starting to reverse a little bit. NASDAQ was in the green. It's fighting to go higher. So I think they're going to start to reverse. Yeah. So if you were in that trade, I would tell you to start taking profit here. Or partial profit, and let the rest ride. But it's resisting. It's trying to pull back, but I think there will be a continuation here. So next level here will be this one, and like I said, the levels that you have on your broker, if you're having if you have the support and resistance indicator on MT4, use the your broker's support and resistance levels, all right? Because mine may not be the same as yours. All right. All right, right. So it's still pushing right now. All right. So if you're comfortable, guys, depending exactly if you took those signals, make sure to manage your trades, and you decide when to get in or to get out of those trades if you took them. But remember, make sure to look at your zones. This is what is most important. So pretty straightforward today. When there's no news like that on a Monday, most likely you're gonna have some good setups here overall. And especially if you have some indication or any setups, any analyzing that you're doing that makes sense. It will make sense to you. I'm just gonna make sure that. Yeah, you may not see where the US30 is, but it's bouncing off of that level here, that level right here. So it's bouncing off of that resistance that I spoke earlier, right? So good time to if you want to get out or you're managing your trade accordingly. This is another take profit zone. And like I said, it's going towards those lows here that were created. It already filled out that gap, so it may start to reverse on you. So once again, it's bouncing off of that resistance here because of my live. You may not see the candle, the current candle here that is spotting, but this is the level that it's bouncing off of, right? And you do see the line here that is the price action line, so that is moving a little bit above that resistance, but it already tapped it and started to reverse. All right. So if it's the first time seeing my live, my name is they call me Dre DFX. My real name is Andre. Been trading for the last 12, starting in 2013. So it's what, 12 years? Yes, 12 years. So starting with binary option, after that traded Forex, and now I'm transitioning to futures. So that's why most of the setups that I'm showing you guys are indices. And if we have I didn't have a setup for gold, but I could set up gold here for you guys too. But basically what you're seeing here is my own custom indicator that I created myself. That is a support and resistance trade manager. So you could use it as an indicator or a trade manager. So if you're using it as an indicator, is really looking at support and resistance zones that are already plotted automatically for you. So you don't have to think where you have to put your level or that stuff. It's already there. It's already calculated here automatically. And what you're looking at right now is US30 on the 50-minute time frame. And the levels that you're seeing, the red ones are the resistance zones, and the blue ones are the support zones that were in the past, that were already tested multiple times. And what we're looking for is actual reaction off of those levels to take entries, or if you have an alert system that I have, or also you just have to wait for it. And if you have the alert and you see exactly that the levels make sense, you just have to plot your levels, your support and resistance levels to put your take profit and stop loss. And we're always doing 1 to 2 risk to reward on all of the trades with the trade manager. And for now, if it was a 1 to 2 risk to reward, you should be already out of that trade based off of the entry. All right, so the alerts here, Leon, you hear it in the background, but I already showed you exactly the actual setup. It's not, I just have one thing to do so y'all can see the alerts. But it's going to be an actual website that will be only on invite only, and it will be only for a Discord group. And I could show you exactly the setup and the layout of the alert system. I could show you that right now. Let me close this and share. Oh, whoops, that's not the right one. Give me 2 seconds. What's the one below? There we go. All right, so as you could see, this is the alert system that's called a TV alert app. Okay, this is, I created that myself. All right, so basically those are alerts that are coming from TradingView for a specific indicator that I created. And the only way to have access to the alerts of that indicator, it will be with that website here. All right. So this is the app specifically. And as you could see, the last three alerts that came in, those are the ones that I showed you guys. So you have the last one was US30 is for a sell. And then you have US30 again for sell. You have NASDAQ for buy and all that stuff. And also when you're gonna hear the alert, there'll be a AI voice that will tell you exactly what. All right, so it's gonna tell exactly the symbol, if it's a sell or buy, the price of that entry, and the time that the alert came in. All right. So that's how it's gonna be laid out. All right. So basically, when you're gonna have access to the app, you're not gonna have any alert or anything like that stuff, any access to anything. The only way that you're able to receive those alerts is that you request access to my alerts. Okay, so there's a specific way to do that, and you just have to request your the access to the alert. I could show you exactly the way that you need to do the request, even though you're not gonna you're gonna forget you're going to forget how to do it, but as you can see, this is the profile settings. I'm just gonna show you because I have admin access, so I may not have. Yes, here you go. So on the settings, the alert settings, there is an option here that is request access to alert. All right. So you just have to put my username. All right, so that will be DreDFX, and you send the request, and you're gonna have a pending request right here. And on my end, I will see exactly that you want to have access to my alerts, and I will grant you access to it as long as you're an actual member of the Discord. And then you're gonna receive alerts here at London, New York, and I'll add a few other alerts here for example, for gold. So basically, the alerts we use that are used on this platform here will be only be based off of the indices. So you have um, the U.S. indices. You have the Japanese and Asian indices. So UK 50, not UK 50, HK 50, and you have Japan 225, And also you have, I'm just gonna go back on the MT4 layout. All right, perfect. So, and then you have UK 100. UK 100 is for London. So that's the top 100 companies in London. And I will make sure that it's laid out correctly. So that way you could look at the signals and see exactly if it makes sense to take the trades. So you have a SSP 500 buy right now. So I think it double confirmed the buy. Yeah, so it's still going up. So we have two buys on
Buy US
SSP
500 at price
SSP 500. So as you can see, it bounced off of
6,498.3 time frame at
multiple
time 9 hours
resistance,
56
the
minutes
multiple
and 20
resistance
seconds.
line here.
Buy US 500
Now
at
it
price
seems to be launching in
6,498.3
the
on
upside.
15 AM
So
time frame at time 9 hours 56
you
minutes
could wait
and
to see
20
exactly if it's
seconds.
gonna break
Buy
those
US
previous
500 at
wicks,
price
because those are
6,498.3 on
good
15
indication
AM
that
time
the
frame
price
at time
maybe
9
is
hours
going to
56 minutes
exhaust
and
a little
20
bit.
seconds.
But at this point, at this time, I wouldn't take any setup. The best setups here were at the start of the market open. So once again, we had a sell on US30. So I'm just gonna go back here, US30. We had a sell, and like I told you guys, it was bouncing off of that resistance. That was the next level that I was looking for to exit. So right now it's bouncing off of that zone. Then you have SSP 500. We had two buy setups here. So the first buy was a little bit, I think it was right here, and then we had another one here. So maybe a small profit here, but not that much. And the first setup that I was looking for was Nasdaq, and that's exactly the play that it's doing right now. So going. It went to that second level here, and it's bouncing off of that level. All right. So pretty straightforward. So you should be in the green for now. All right. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. We're not going to be that long today because most of the moves are already been done. So it's not going to be a long live today. We've been here since 9:15, so maybe another maybe 15 minutes, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. So if you have any questions, it's the time, guys. If you want me to review setups or anything like that, just let me know. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channels. Always doing those live here. So we're gonna have another live here at the London session, 2:15. Sorry, 2:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna start our live. So 15 minutes before London Open, and we should be there for at least an hour or so. I usually put it until 4:30, but if there's no signals or not a lot of questions, we're gonna close it earlier. All right. So I'm just gonna reconvene of all of the setups and how everything works and how I work with my lives, and we go from there. So, like I said, guys, the Nasdaq trade should be already done. So you should be well in profit on that. Same thing for SSP 500. Sorry, FTSE 500 was just gave us a buy. Just gonna see where it's at right now. Yeah, so it's like I said, I was hesitant of taking that trade because of those multiple wicks here. I was seeing that there was some rejection in the top, so it's gonna go. Now it's reversing right now, and US30 is it already bounced off of that level here, so I would have been out already. There may be a continuation on the downside, but right now I'm most hesitant here of getting in that trade because it's already passed. It's been a while that that buy came in, that sell came in. Sorry, and because of that reaction off of that level, I wouldn't mess with it anymore. All right, so most of the moves were done. So pretty much within 30 minutes, you should have been in profit here, guys. So what I do here is I look at the news. If there's clear sky, like we say in for the weather, that means that we could go outside, play, and come back home. All right. So that's exactly what we did. We look at alerts. Makes sense to take those alerts, get in, get out, and you're done for the day. So that's how you look at trading. So usually per session, you should be taking like one trade per symbol per day, maximum. If you don't have any setups on that day, that's okay. But if you do, make sure that you look at your levels and if it makes sense, and always analyze the cycle where you're at in the cycle of that indice or currency pair to see exactly if it makes sense to take that trade in that direction. Even though you're receiving alerts, you have the power and you should be there to analyze the alerts before taking the trade. All right. All right. So, is there any questions, guys and gal? So make sure to put them in the chat. And if you have any inquiry about what I'm doing here, you can always send me a message here. You should have like a form on my YouTube channel. If you could fill it up and see exactly if you want to work with me. If not, those live will be always on YouTube. I always do my live on YouTube, so you have free value there. And if you like what you're seeing, you can always contact me. All right. So, is there any questions, guys? So, So Nasdaq is still pushing a little bit, but it already did that move, so I wouldn't mess with it. Like I said, we were analyzing the buy here since we're down here. So same thing for SSB, for US30. We were looking at that sell right here for a downtrend. And S&P 500 is consolidating a little bit. So overall, it was bullish here overall. All right, guys. So at 10 past the hour, so in about 3 minutes, we're gonna close out the session. Like I said, if you have any questions, it's the right time to ask them. If not, we will reconvene at the London session, and that will be at 2:45. All right, guys. So since there's no questions, we're gonna close out the session. So once again, Nasdaq buy setup here. So if you were there before market open, I analyzed Nasdaq as a bullish setup, and that's exactly what we did. And then we have US30. That was the first alert that came in with my alert system. And we did analyze that it was a sell, confirm, and it did went down. So as you can see, that is where we got the signal here going down, and this is where we were looking for resistance or support, and that was a high probability that the price was going down. That's exactly what we did. And S&P 500, we had two buys, but those were didn't go through because the price did consolidate a little bit here right now. So not a lot of movement on S&P 500. So overall, positive here for the day. So that being said, guys, we're gonna close out the session. Thank you so much for being on this live. We'll be back here at London session tomorrow at 2:45 a.m. So make sure to have your notification open for my YouTube channel to be notified for the next live. And the live link should be out in a couple of hours here today. And we're gonna have London and New York tomorrow. Okay, so Tuesdays and Wednesdays usually I have two sessions, so London and New York. So tomorrow we'll have London, New York. So London at 2:45 a.m. and New York at 9:15 a.m. Same thing for Wednesday, 2:45 and 9:15. Perfect. So that being said, I wish you a wonderful day, guys, and stay blessed. Have a Peace.